Well. Recording this on solar power at the Create Centre here in Bristol. A little bit brighter than the last recording. Yes, as I, I as I recall in the last recording, which I called Rock Bottom, I was just giving up, completely giving up. Well, got out of the tent wet and was met by Rachel, my friend, round the corner, who has come back from holiday, and she told me, yes, go ahead, get the bedding out, dry it out in the sunshine. Don't give up. We want you. And then I was helped by another homeless chap, Glenn, to sort the tent so it's waterproof. We've still got dampness inside. We've got some sort of ecosystem where the condensation from our breath creates dampness in the bedding. This causes us to sweat, which makes more condensation, some sort of ecosystem that dampens things. But hopefully we can get through. Been approached by one friendly person after another. I got the tent cleaned out and got the gas cooker working, which means I can make a coffee like that without even putting my boots on, saving a tremendous amount of money each time I take a coffee, which means I can rise towards my former level of consumption of coffee, which was probably in the order of 10 to 16 mugs a day. Then I'll have the caffeine to get me going, because good golly, I'm totally exhausted. You know, after sleeping for 12 hours, I feel like going to sleep. Ask Ali. Takes a long time for me to get moving of a day. But I've come down here to upload the videos that I made over the weekend and point out that things are looking a bit more positive, because this afternoon, when I was sitting in the porch part of the tent, which is now carpeted comfortably with some cushions for me to sit against, two lovely young police officers, community police wardens, both female, good idea, come round and had a chat with me. And it seems that, you know, I've always been shocked at how, you know, disappointed at how slow it is for anyone to pick up what I'm saying. You know, when I was living in the homeless hostel in Jamaica Street, where all the corruption is, I was mentioning the same faults over and over again, eventually raising my voice to the point where it could be called threatening or abusive. When one complains for the 14th time, pick up that litter and don't drop any more in front of me, you see? Well, anyway, this time with the police officers, I kept completely calm, because, as you know, I'm a man who's adjusted himself to the idea that he might die at any moment, and all I want to do is play around with my dog, keep myself happy, keep the dog happy, and spend my last days with love, the senior-most emotion, if you can call it that. Sorry about the clumsy English, but good God, man, I'm sitting out here outside a building, plugged into a solar panel. I'm doing jolly well for a man in my condition and position. Yeah, well, explaining it to the girls and realizing this must be about the 20th time I've explained why I am homeless to people in Southville, I realized in talking with these young ladies that Ali and I have an awful lot of friends in Southville. We haven't had trouble with anyone, but we've had lots and lots of friendly approaches. I think that lonely old people love the affection of the dog. If they don't actually copy me and go and get themselves a puppy each, at least they can have a little bit of love and affection. And it's two ways, you stroke a dog and this one licks your face. Huh, everyone feels better after that, especially if they're depressed about their loneliness. So I think that's why we're popular. I think we'll probably make it in Southville. I don't expect any trouble. These police officers noted all my story about the corruption in Jamaica Street and the Compass Centre, and the fact that outreach hasn't reached out for me in 20 days of me living in a critical position. I could catch pneumonia in my current position. The weather is going to get colder and wetter and darker. I'm going to carry on just playing it each day for itself, and hope for some better development. I won't be moving into a hostel. No, sir. That would not be an improvement for me. As I said to these girls, I don't want to spend my last days surrounded by junkies, crackheads, and alcoholics, and prostitutes, and beggars. Not really the sort of company I had in mind after all the work I've done in life. I don't really expect to spend my last days with the wealthy, those who are coasting along successfully in their BMWs and Mercedes-Benz. Gosh, Ali, that stinks. That's too many treats from the old ladies. Oh, poor blimey. Anyway, as you can see, the pecker's up a little bit, the smile's back. I'll carry on. Still critical, but I can't really take it seriously anymore. After all, there are many here among us that think that life is but a joke. Is that how I'm going to leave it? For now. I'll do the next recordings in situ, at the tent where life is. Yeah, I think that's my last stand, my final resting place. If I move from there, it will be to somewhere suitable, better. I'm not going to a hostel. No, I actually think that the Bristol Council, you see, my lawyer is very lazy. My ex-lawyer, sorry, Katie White, sacked. Yeah. Oh, you're not getting any more money out of me, babe. You're as bad as my so-called friend Steve Farthing, who was only out for what he could get out of me. Sad to say. Anyway, it's rather lazy to talk about Bristol Council because we're probably talking about several thousand people. At least. No, it's only one or two that have actually, we'll write in 10 to 20 that are actually involved in my case. The corruption has got to be sorted out. Whether it's sorted out for me or not, it's got to be sorted out for the city and for all these other people. And we really don't want to be making have a factory making crackheads, smackheads, prostitutes, beggars and thieves. Nah, we don't want that. We don't want dysfunctional people. We don't want parasites. We don't want people on maximum welfare benefit allowance who are never going to do any work in their life and are going to take handouts from here to eternity, meanwhile putting social problems into the community. Because heroin addicts are often thieves. No, it's got to get better. I had given up. I mean, even my tremendous patience and endurance had reached its limit. I felt broken. Well, yeah, health-wise, I still might conk out at any time, but hey, I've had nothing but friendly, positive, helpful communication since the last video that I made. so it might get better. Here's a resource here, the Create Centre. Now I'm beginning to look at, hey, this is the culture I should have plugged into when I got to Bristol if I hadn't been treated with so much disrespect by a corrupt bunch of people that are running a profitable business, keeping homeless people homeless, keeping them sitting waiting for their free food, their free laundry, their next appointment next week to handle the situation that is critical last week. Nah, I want to be rubbing shoulders with people who are happy to be alive, sociable, interested in what's best for the community. Know what I mean? I want people who sing songs about love and affection and let's get together and feel all right. And I don't want to be connected with cynical people or selfish people or people who think they're having an easy life, fiddling, stealing, corrupt, lazy, inefficient. No, that's got to stop. What a garbled communication, but it's better than nothing. It's certainly better than the last one. And what amazes me is how can this solar panel continue to operate when the sun is just about set? How can I continue to operate when I'm actually pulling a dead body around? No drugs. Tobacco. Yeah, God help me. I've gone back to tobacco in my stress. I know, I wake up with my mother's voice. I wake up with a paroxysm of coughing. Hey, you don't often get a chance to use that word, paroxysm. Paroxysm. Yeah, I wake up with a paroxysm of coughing and then a tremendous breathlessness attack of, am I going to make it or am I going to choke or what? Yeah, and then light up a fag. Oh well, that is stupid. All tobacco smoking is stupid. But hey, I like using words like paroxysm. Do I switched off my intelligence while I was living at the place of that Stephen Fading character. He's going like, I'm a lost soul. SOLE. Good God, man, a lost soul would be one that drifted from the Atlantic into the Pacific by mistake. Innit? I wasted my time. Pearls before swine as usual. What a wally me, eh? I might get it right before I'm finished. I will keep trying. Look, smile. Fake as usual. No, well, not fake, but the teeth are fake. Okay, ciao. I'm doing this for me. I read Captain Scott's diary. I read my brother's diary after he was dead. I'm interested in what goes through people's heads. The truth, not the pretend because you can't show your vulnerability in public. Nah, my vulnerability's right out front, mate. It took a lot to make this big, strong man lie on his back and think about giving up, and that lot should be cleaned up. So I will. See ya.